So I thought this week I'd show you a really simple exercise, but it's one of those that's not necessarily for beginners. It's one of those exercises that more advanced players can easily stumble over as well. So it actually does help a lot of guitarists at different levels. As well, I thought I'd move away from this root position of the pentatonic scale. I do a lot of exercises that just stay in that root position. But I thought I'd move away to maybe the second position this week, because it's a little bit more awkward. It's a good position to try this exercise out on, so let's zoom in and I'll show you how to do it. So we're just going to work around this second position of the pentatonic scale. And I'm in A minor pentatonic, just here. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the first 4 notes of this shape and just loop them like that. And just get the feel of it. And it's the kind of exercise where if you just set a metronome at a nice steady pace and see if you can keep up with it, that's a good way of doing it as well. And once you've done the first 4, try the next 4. Then the next 4. Then the next 4. And it's one of those exercises that you'll find that you encounter groups of 4 notes that you really start to stumble over for some strange reason. And this is one of those groups that a lot of people struggle with. And so when you find a group like that, the thing is to just keep going over it until it starts to feel easier. And then you move on to the next. And you work your way all the way across the neck until you get to the last 4 notes. Once you're there, just turn it around and go the other way. Then the next 4. Next 4. And again, you're going to find groups of 4 that you might stumble over for some strange reason. And those are the ones that you really need to work on. And once you've done that, once you've gone all the way back across, try groups of 5. And this causes its own set of problems, especially because you're having to reset the shape on the same side of the neck. A bit like that, I'm having to do a little finger roll, or that's how I'm dealing with moving from that low note to start the shape again. And again, you go all the way across and all the way back in groups of 5, and then finally groups of 6. Which in a lot of ways is easier than groups of 5. But it does pose its own set of problems because you're moving further across the neck before you reset. And again, work all the way across and then work your way all the way back again. And once you've finished all of that, you should find that the shape starts to feel quite a bit easier to play over. And after a week or so of doing that, you'll find that this shape is really quite easy to move around under your fingers, so it becomes one of those shapes, one of those go-to shapes that you'll use when you're doing your improvisations and things like that. So that's it. Like I say, it's one of those exercises that is really quite straightforward, but you'd be surprised at how easily you can stumble over certain positions in any shape that you know, actually. So it is worth giving it a go and see how you get on with it. Anyway, we'll chat next time. Goodbye.